it made me want to come back and live here. So actually, when I went to Korea for the first time to live with the au pair family, I met my husband.
Tell me about your name and where you're from.
My name's Anna, and I'm from the UK, the northwest, close to Liverpool.
Nice. Is this your first time coming to Korea?
No, it's actually my... Good question, I have no idea. So this is my second time living in Korea, and before I moved for the first time to Korea, I traveled to Korea 2 times.
2 times, so this is actually your 3rd time.
Technically, yeah, kind of like second time living here.
Second time living. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. When did you come to Korea for the first time?
I'm pretty sure that was 2018.
18.
I think so, yeah.
So it was kind of before COVID.
Oh yeah.
So how was it that time? What were you doing?
Well, I was always mainly just interested in like Japan, and I traveled to Japan. But my Japanese friend was a big K-pop fan, and I had like no idea about Korea, like nothing. So she just recommended like you should go to Korea because it's so close. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So next time when I travel to Asia, I'll go to Korea for 2 weeks, and that's what I did. I had an amazing time. I loved it. I met a lot of people in the hostel. I was never alone. People are open-minded and easier to approach here than in Japan, in my opinion. So it was so much easier for me to get around to do stuff, even though at the point I could speak like 0 Korean. I could maybe say 안녕하세요, and that's it. But I had a really good time, and I loved. I haven't done solo traveling in a while now, but solo traveling was great. So
you had a very good impression about Korea.
definitely, yeah. I mean, it made me want to come back and live here. So.
What made you want to come back to Korea? Or like, what kind of impression you've had it?
Well, for me, it's just at that time I just needed to like be somewhere. I wanted to go somewhere where nobody knows me, where I know no one, and the culture's completely new. Like I needed like a kind of like mental reset where I could just like relax, figure out things by myself, live by myself, figure out what I want to do with my life, what I must do. And when I went to Korea for the first time, it was really, you know when you go somewhere and you just feel like at peace?
Yeah.
And you've got that like, you know what, I could live here. And you're like really relaxed. It doesn't feel like a holiday. And you're really relaxed and it's really enjoyable. So I thought, you know what, I could stay longer. So I tested that. And then when I went to Korea, well, I looked for opportunities to go to Korea, to stay there longer. But I didn't have the money yet to become a language student. So I went online and looked for au pair websites. Because a friend of mine, she was an au pair in the UK. So I got the idea, maybe Korea does that. Maybe Korea offers au pair opportunities. So, okay, I did find a family that then I Skyped with and we interviewed and everything. And they basically then said, yeah, sure, come over. So I could stay and live with them for free.
Wow.
And I was looking after their kids and just speaking English with them on a daily basis. So they get used to like native conversation, help them along with their households and everything. And I got paid for it. It was great.
Nice. I mean, did you like had a good time with the children?
Yeah, it was really nice. In the end, they were just like little siblings to me. So it was like a sibling relationship.
Do you still contact them somehow, or like?
Only the son, the eldest son, sometimes a little bit. But I haven't really contacted him in about 6 months because they are younger. It's just sometimes like, hi, how you doing, and everything. But I stayed with them in contact longer than I actually thought. Yeah, really good people there. But I honestly, I think I was lucky because I've never met anyone in Korea who's done the same, or had the same experience. Most people, they just come here on like a student visa. It's even quite rare for people to come on like a working holiday visa because again, finding a job here, especially without any Korean, is impossible.
Yeah, I know. I'm really surprised at how you managed to live here for the first time without knowing anyone, getting no one's help, and then having this. I've never seen it before. Like I've met a lot of people.
I like solo traveling, so I didn't really care about the fact that I'm alone because you can always meet people. I'm quite talkative and chatty, so I don't mind like going, okay, I see it, whatever.
Like this is why I get to meet you today. Even I feel lucky.
Yeah. Well, nice to meet you.
Solo travel.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. But you were living with your Korean family,
yeah.
And then you had to go back to UK.
Yes. So I was only with them for 3 months at that time because I was only on a tourist visa, and for the UK that's 90 days. So after the 90 days were up, I went back to the UK. And I was kind of like deciding, like, shall I just get a job in the UK or shall I go back to Korea? And in them 3 months while I was in Korea, I had like a good time and enjoyed it. But after like a month, I noticed I need to learn Korean, because without Korean, it's really, really hard just to do anything. Minimum, read Hangul. It's like the basic minimum you need, because even if you go to a cafe or whatever, most of the menus are in English or in Hangul. So if you can read Hangul, that makes such a big difference. So I decided, you know what? I've got some savings. Now I will apply for language school. And that's what I did.
Nice.
So I applied for language school, and then by the end of that year, I was back in Korea.
Which is 2019. 19, okay.
Problem was, I came to Korea exactly when COVID started in China.
Oh, damn.
December 2019.
Yeah.
So I came and I planned to do so much more. I wanted to travel around South Asia. I was stuck in Korea. I couldn't do anything. And because of COVID and all the restrictions, I had a really tough time. Like, I was so isolated. It was really, really tough. But I had a horrible time making friends, because even the language course, first semester, I could luckily go to university with 2 class. Yeah. So I met 2 people there. But after that, it was all at home.
So there were like no offline classes, there were only like doing online classes?
So I was stuck in my little office cell.
Oh, man.
All the time. And I got quite depressed, because I was in a cafe on the laptop, or I was at home on the laptop. I couldn't like access my Korean, like I was learning it. However, I couldn't use it because I didn't have the chance to be in any, like I didn't have any relationship with any Korean people. Yeah. It's incredibly hard to meet them, especially in COVID. There are no meetups, there's nothing. I just felt very isolated. Like I just went to a cafe, went home, went to the cafe, went home. It was awful. Oh. I was trying to look for a part-time job as well. I mean, my Korean level was really low, but I was just trying to find a part-time job because language courses are quite expensive. True. That's why with like living expensive, even if coffee here is dead cheap, if you buy it every day, it adds up.
Yeah, I know.
So again, I failed at finding a part-time job, I failed making friends, I was dead isolated, and it was horrible.
Oh my god.
But I'm back.
Yeah. But how did you manage to overcome and stay here in Korea?
Well, during COVID and all that time, when I went to Korea for the first time to live with the au pair family, I met my husband.
Ooh, there goes the love story. It's okay. I love it.
Boyfriend and husband. So luckily he was very supportive during the entire COVID time. So luckily I had him, and he also supported me financially. But I felt so bad for foreigners who were living here without a support system. I had a friend. She was awfully depressed. And we couldn't just leave to go back to our country because of COVID. It was just not possible. If you want to go, you had to pay like 3 times the plane ticket prices. And I didn't have that kind of money. So you're kind of stuck where you are. So you have to like deal with it. So it was a really tough time. But luckily I had my support system at that time.
He's like your lifesaver at that time.
Yeah, I do really appreciate it now. Being in a relationship with a Korean is very helpful while learning. Because you need that support. You need someone who's a Korean speaker as your close acquaintance, close friends, close relationship, whatever. Like, it's not easy to maybe start a relationship with a Korean person.
I know.
It's really complicated, as you know, international relationships.
Yeah.
Not the easiest. If you can make it work, then it definitely helps. And gives you basically the opportunity to live in 2 different countries.
True. And you get to learn the local language, and you get to learn like the local culture better than anyone else.
I would say culture with the language.
So like
It didn't teach me anything.
Wait, but I mean, I guess he speaks English, right?
Yeah. So we would just always speak in English.
Oh, that's perfect.
I've got another friend, she's also married, and we agree on one thing. A Korean boyfriend/husband will never help you learn Korean. You will speak the language you start speaking in, which will most likely be English, because at the beginning you probably don't know the language. Most likely the language you'll speak forever together. It's really hard to switch up. You'll perhaps mix in some Konglish, or you'll never speak Korean fully with that person. It's like very weird, awkward. Sometimes you want to have that proper conversation, but you just can't. There's certain grammar that's missing, certain words that are missing, and then it gets frustrating, and then you just swap, and then you just speak in English again.
True, and then it's more like easier for you guys to communicate between each other.